Libra, just checking in with you because I remember that you had kind of a hard reading. I don't remember what it was about, but I made a note. But I'm checking with everybody. But I just remember that I was supposed to come give you a little bit more love. I didn't feel like I just have the memory that you didn't get it actually in your reading for February. So I'm just checking in. How you doing? How was Valentine's Day? Enlightenment. Libra. Have you been pursuing your spiritual growth? Did you know that that's one of the most important things that you can do to create and maintain balance within yourself? And it's not that Libras are the balance. It's that they're always having to maintain and create their own balance. When Libra gets out of balance, they can be moody and they can be, well, just like anything or anybody out of balance, but especially because Libras are supposed to, Libras always have to be very aware of maintaining balance, okay? And, okay, it's probably enough. And so, pursuing your spiritual growth, is definitely that, even if you have an awareness of like your chakras and stuff like that, but when those get out of balance, they can be really destructive in our life. Like for instance, if your throat chakra is like, off, you'll have a lot of problems communicating your wants and your desires and making decisions. In fact, if you feel like that, that's probably what it is. A couple of remedies you can do is you could test your chakras to see if it's in balance, like with a pendulum. If it's set, like in that example, I don't know why throat chakra just came. I think that maybe I just have this feeling that maybe some Libras you're out of balance because you're not communicating your truth. And if you're not doing that, that'll knock that chakra out of whack. Let's see what else we have going on here. Got the Princess of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Wow, okay. The Eight of Cups. The Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Do you hear that? Air, earth, and fire. Wow. Okay. Oh. You have been working on your spiritual growth. You've been working in the ether. You're pulling from a higher intelligence. And a lower one. You have the ability to not only seek your ability to, you can work full circle. You can bring from above and you can bring from below. The Princess of the Shining Flame means you can go into areas where some people may think that it's dark and you don't. The flames, the fire, they don't bother you. You're brighter than that. Another way of saying this is you're very powerful and you can go into the underworld. You have that ability. Libra. I mean, the Ace of Cups. You're moving away from things that were holding you back, that were not successful. You've got a new way of doing things. A lot of Aries going on in this. Aries and Mars. It's like you're a force to be reckoned with. It's like you've stepped into your own. See, that's the thing about spiritual, enlightened people, is all of a sudden they realize that they have the fuck around and find out kind of mentality. It's like you realize how strong you are, and you realize how, it was 5:55 on the timer thing when I said that. You realize who you are. I am. Libra, who are you? I am a Libra. I am balance. I create balance. I bring the balance. And sometimes that balance means working with the light. Sometimes that balance means working with the dark. You've been, when you are out of balance, you're unfulfilled. Your work is to create balance. And okay, so what you have to understand is what I'm telling you is you are, I feel like you really are being in your spiritual alignment. Like you're maybe discovering your powers. And maybe what you're learning is that you can go into places that maybe you were afraid to, or maybe you were afraid because everybody else is afraid, but not that you were ever really afraid. It's like that's the role that you were told, was that, oh, who wants to work with the Fae or demons or, you know, something like that. And the truth is that that's kind of where you shine. Like you come from the fire. You thought about that, Libra? Probably not. Maybe this is the, I mean, this is just what's going to, I mean, that 6-pointed star, there's no denying. It's like the element, you know, the star is the elements, earth, air, water, fire, the 5th element, spirit, the 6th element, ether. Okay, that's working with what's beyond or in the middle or the mix or whatever. I've got goosebumps. I don't even know. It's like you have identified that this is part of your life's work. That this is the spiritual, developing the spiritual, and hey, could you keep it down? This spiritual, it's like who you partnership with, and because of this is going to bring you a lot of fortune and a lot of luck. Okay, like a lot of success and abundance. Okay, there is a lot of Mars and Aries energy that is going on here, which is what makes you powerful. Okay, for good and bad. All right, and but there's also Jupiter and Capricorn energy, which is saying you are protected in your work. This is a harmonious exchange. This is a harmonious change. This work, are you pursuing like a spiritual type of work? Or do you work in a dark area? Jail, prison, lawyers, youth, struggling youth. It's something that sometimes some people would think are kind of dark. You're successful through this. you are, it's like, you prevail through Rahu. Or like this is part of your Rahu, like wherever your Rahu is placed. So Rahu is the head of the dragon. It's what we're constantly, it's like spiritually what we're pursuing, what we're going to, what's leading us. You know, a lot of times somewhat through a profession or, you know, something like that. But you are again, Aries and Sun, you are a force to be reckoned with. What is it? You can bring, look, like Aries and the Sun and the flames, and it's like you've got a grip on this. And you can make a partnership. You can make a, I think, if this is your story, or if this is something you've been contemplating and you were looking for a confirmation of what to do, it's time to do some deity work. It's time to spend some time with a form of a deity. There's a part of me that kind of thinks Hecate, because my opinion of Hecate is like kind of like what the Libra needs, like stand up for yourself, you know, justice, vengeance, because you got that fire, you can walk through the fire, you can deal with the underworld. Have you ever thought about any of this? My tarot readings never quite go the way that everybody else's do. But you have a lot of emotional strength and power to do this. This is something that should actually excite you. Okay, this is actually something that should. This should not be a new thought. This should be a confirmation. This is why did that card? Kipper, give us the clarity. Show us. I got the adjudication, okay? Okay. I feel like this is so part of your legacy, because I'm sitting here talking to Kipper in my mind and I'm like, what does this mean? Adjudication. But what I really think is that it's like one day you will be having to tell the story of your life. And what's your message? What's it going to be? Is it going to be a story that you wrote? Doing things your way? Finding your own balance? Pursuing your spiritual journey, which is where that balance is going to come from? Or are you going to have somebody else tell you the story, dictate your story? Kipper, show me something wonderful coming for our beautiful Libra. Libras love beautiful things. Well, heck, a man. there is a blessing that's going to come in a masculine manner. It literally could be a man. It could be a there is definitely a masculine figure that's coming, and it could be that you're going to get a mentor. It could be that you had a 2 of Pentacles in here. It could be that you're going to wind up you're going to find your person that understands this aspect about you. And it could be that you're just going to boss up. Okay, and you have protective guardians and spirits around you. Okay, so you can utilize those. And what did I say? Libras love beautiful things. Show me something beautiful for their future. This is like the most Libra thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like the beautiful castle behind the gate. It's like enchanted. Your house and your home are the most important things. I mean, Venus rules those things. And this is just like confirmation of this is where you belong. You've been out of balance looking for yourself. This is where you're at home. This spiritual side, and it doesn't mean that you're going to become this spiritual guru, yet you could. But this means that practicing this, keeping this in balance, is going to keep everything else in balance. It's going to keep everything else in balance, and so you will be successful and be able to have, and you'll kind of get to live your fairy tale life. I mean, that's what it's about. You just can go to the underworld. What is this? You got the raccoon, the inventor. What is it you want? What is that Spice Girl song? Tell me what you want, what you really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Imagine the raccoon singing that. Okay, look, and they have a little butterfly that's guiding them. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity. You can claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them all well. You can stay in balance. I'm going to, that practice integrity thing, okay, the reason I'm going to point that out is because you are much more powerful than we were giving you credit for. We're going to come back over here and we're going to pull out the Princess of Wands. The Princess of the Shining Flame. She can absolutely summon the angels, but I think she likes a little bit darker work. So the reason that I say practice with integrity is because you have a lot of power, and we want to definitely create good karma. And we want to, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to, as you learn your powers, stay in balance. Libra, blessings to you. And I will check in. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. I know it's only going to be like 3 people maybe. But my readings are not normal by any means. I mean, isn't that good? This is your confirmation or validation from the spiritual side. and if you were looking for it, and if you weren't, then just let it go. But if it did, let me know, because it's hard for me to make a lot of time for this, and I want to, if it's important to you, if it's having any kind of impact. Libra, Libra, Libra. Much love. I'm going to be doing March here in the next day or two. It would mean a lot if you subscribed, if this meant anything to you. And right now I can honestly say that I'm trying to make more time for this, and so if you have any requests, let me know.